Did you hear that? Out there, just beyond the tree line, the snap of a branch, the whisper of wind, except it's not the wind. Something ancient lurks in the forests of the north, a legend feared by the Algonquin-speaking peoples for generations, a creature of hunger, of winter, of madness. They call it the Wendigo. But this isn't just a campfire story. This is an untold secret of ancient America, and its roots go deeper than you think. Before Europeans set foot in North America, long before the formation of Canada or the United States, the indigenous peoples of the northern woodlands told stories, warnings really, of a being that walks like a man, but is no longer one. It begins with starvation, when winter stretches too long, when food runs out and someone commits the unthinkable, cannibalism. That's when the Wendigo comes. Among the Cree, Ojibwe, Innu, and Algonquin tribes, the Wendigo isn't just a monster. It's a consequence, a punishment, and sometimes an infection of the soul. Some say the Wendigo is a towering beast, gaunt, skeletal, with glowing eyes, a heart of ice, and breath that turns the air to frost. Others describe it as invisible, a spirit that rides the wind and creeps into minds. It doesn't kill right away. It consumes from within. First, your sanity, then your morality, finally, your flesh. But here's the twist. This wasn't just a supernatural tale. Among many tribes, belief in the Wendigo was tied to real-world behaviors. It was how communities enforced taboos during famine. It warned, if you eat your kin, you lose your humanity forever. Modern psychology gave this terror a name, Wendigo psychosis, a rare condition where a person believes they are becoming a Wendigo. They feel compelled to eat human flesh, even when other food is available. As strange as it sounds, documented cases have appeared, especially during colonial expansion when indigenous people faced massive cultural upheaval and starvation. One of the most infamous cases occurred in the 1800s when a Cree trapper named Swift Runner murdered and ate his family, claiming the Wendigo had taken hold of him. He was executed by Canadian authorities, but to his people, the damage had already been done. He'd become what they feared most. To understand the Wendigo, we have to understand what winters were like in the ancient North. We're talking sub-zero temperatures, endless forests, scarce resources, hunting parties vanishing in storms, entire villages cut off for weeks, even months. Famine wasn't just a threat, it was an annual reality. The fear of starvation was so powerful that it shaped entire spiritual systems. The Wendigo myth wasn't just a story, it was a survival mechanism. It taught moral boundaries. It warned against selfishness. It reminded communities that in times of scarcity, giving in to desperation could cost more than your life. It could cost your soul. But the Wendigo wasn't only about cannibalism. It symbolized unchecked greed, a hunger that never ends. In that way, it also served as a warning against colonialism, resource exploitation, and personal excess. It's the ultimate embodiment of imbalance with nature. Among the Ojibwe, the word for Wendigo, Windigu, was also used metaphorically to describe people who hoarded food, cheated others, or betrayed the tribe. In the world of ancient America, where survival depended on cooperation, such behavior was monstrous. Today, the Wendigo has become a pop culture icon. Horror films, novels, video games. You've probably seen it portrayed as an antlered forest demon. But that imagery is modern. The original Wendigo didn't have antlers. That's a blend of Hollywood horror and pan-indigenous symbolism. The real terror of the Wendigo isn't its appearance. It's the idea that anyone, under the right conditions, could become one. That under enough hunger, enough cold, enough desperation, Something ancient awakens inside us, something that cannot be undone. Ancient America wasn't just a land of cities, pyramids, and trade routes. It was also a landscape of fear, caution, and profound psychological insight. The Wendigo shows us that ancient cultures understood how trauma, isolation, and scarcity could twist the human mind. They didn't need modern science to explain madness. They had stories that did it better. Where modern psychiatry gives diagnoses, ancient America gave monsters, and those monsters kept communities alive. So next time you hear the wind howl through the trees on a cold night, ask yourself, what if the Wendigo is more than legend? What if it's a mirror showing us what happens when we turn against each other in times of crisis? In the silent forests of the ancient North, it wasn't just the cold you feared, it was the hunger within. Thanks for watching Echoes of America. If you want more untold secrets like this one, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Until next time, stay curious and stay warm.